The latest news is the Rwanda Bill is official. So if you come to England and you come through illegal routes and you've gone through so much struggle to reach here, they will take you and send you back to Rwanda. Do you hear that? The people that voted for Sunni, what's his name? Rishi Sunak.
Yeah. Sunni Rishak.
Is Rwanda a better option than England? And why Rwanda? And how far is it? And
where is Rwanda?
Rwanda is in Africa.
Which part?
Which part of Africa?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I haven't been.
East Africa. I said where is Rwanda because, like, it's a weird country to suggest to send people to. What is Rwanda famous for?
Diamond.
Maybe, I don't know. Probably, I don't know. But what comes to mind when I think of Rwanda is the Rwanda genocide.
Of course, and that part of it was because of the diamonds.
Are you sure?
Did you watch the movie of what was the movie called?
Blood Diamond.
Blood Diamond.
I think that's about another country.
No, it was about Rwanda.
Blood Diamond.
You did not watch it. I thought it was a very interesting.
Set during the Sierra Leone Civil War.
There you go.
That's a different country in Africa. There you go. African country. All right.
I don't know why I thought of Rwanda.
I think I know why. Because they're all Africans.
No.
But
yeah.
Okay, so Sierra Leone, the Civil War, which carried on from 1991 to 2002. Yeah, that was over. That was over diamonds. Sierra Leone, probably the richest country in Africa in terms of resources,
and it's not nearby
and the poorest
Rwanda?
country. Sierra Leone is, I think, on the west of Africa, and Rwanda is on the east.
Okay, so why Rwanda?
I think why Rwanda is because they've probably come up with some sort of deal with the government. The De Beers Group is a South African British corporation that specialises in diamond mining. So the De Beers Group, who sound like Dutch Afrikaners, founder was Cecil Rhodes, who was an English mining magnate. So, as usual, a problem in Africa stems from the European colonialists going there, turning people against each other, forcing people to fight over the resources, in this case, the diamonds. In Rwanda, do you know who caused the problem between the Tutsis and the Hutus?
Is it the French government?
Close. The Belgians. The Belgians, who ruled that part of the world, it was known as the Belgian Congo. Or I think that it was part of the same Belgian Empire. When they went to that part of Africa and converted the people to Christianity, in particular the Catholic Church, they told the people that one of the tribes was descended from Noah, Prophet Noah, and the other was not. It's called the Hamitic theory, and Ham is one of the sons of the Prophet Noah, and people that study languages talk about Semitic languages descended from Sam, Hamitic languages descended from Ham. So the African languages are Hamitic languages descended from this descendant of the Prophet Noah. And they told the Tutsis that they were tall, elegant, good-looking people descended from Noah, and they told the Hutus that you're not, you're just tribes.
So the Belgium did that.
The Belgians, through the Catholic Church, preached this doctrine that one group of people was
better looking,
like had a better. This was around the time when people were coming up with the theory of there being different racial categories.
How long ago was this? Was it a while?
150 years ago.
Okay,
maybe
so
a bit less. Like, have you heard the term Caucasian?
Yeah.
That means from the Caucasus Mountains, but we use it to mean any person of white European heritage, and also Western Asia.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
And I used to think it was because those people originated from the Caucasus Mountains, but it wasn't. It was because the anthropologists at the time liked the look of a certain skull that came from the Caucasus Mountains, and they said, "Oh, right, the good-looking race, the beautiful race, is the Caucasoid race." So you had the Caucasoid, white people and West Asians, Negroid. It's not even a politically correct term anymore. The sub-Saharan African people, Negro meaning black in Spanish, I think, and Mongoloid, the East Asian people from around Mongolia. They try to split the world up into three main and some other racial categorizations. I think Australoid was another categorization, people that come from Australia and the surrounding islands. So 150 years ago, the idea of racial classification
started
came up,
from Belgium.
and not just Belgium, all the European colonial powers.
Okay.
So when Belgium were in Rwanda, mixing in this racial ideology with their Catholic faith, they told one group of people that they were descended from Noah, another that they weren't, and they gave them preferential treatment. So it was these Tutsis who saw themselves as superior, who were treated as superior, who wound up getting massacred. They became the victims.
They became the victims.
Yes, because of the jealousy and the hatred for them was fermented by this perceived preferential treatment. So sometimes when a group of people is regarded as superior, they're the ones that suffer the so-called the revenge against them. So that's why it's horrible to hear about people being sent to Rwanda, because it's just famous for a genocide that was sparked by Western imperial colonialism. But I don't know. Maybe it's a good idea. What's the counter argument? How do you deal with the huge influx of refugees?
What do you mean by influx?
Like lots of people arriving. Is it a problem? Do we just invite as many people as want to come? Or is there anything that should be done?
You said, what do I think about a lot of refugees coming to the country?
Mm-hmm.
And we're speaking about the Rwanda Bill. I think the UK doesn't have the right to send people to Rwanda, personally. And why Rwanda? Like, what is it to do with Africa and Britain? I don't understand the reason. Are they sending them as further away as they can so they don't make it back? Never? And what's there for them when they are there? Is there like British workers that are going to take these families and cater for their needs and so on, or are they just going to be sent to a country where they need to find their way around it?
Today, 23rd of April, happy St. George's Day, the patron saint of England. So today's a special day for English people.
And are they celebrating the Rwanda Bill at the same time?
I don't know.
I want to ask the people out there today who voted for people like Rishi Sunak, how do they feel when they see him and his party taking these decisions on behalf of so many people that I went against it, and 5 times it was refused, and now it took place and it's agreed by the parliament that it will be the case. How do people feel when they vote to such a party?
Well, here's someone from another party, Jeremy Corbyn. Happy St. George's Day. Loving your country means looking after each other to ensure nobody lives in poverty. It means defending our public institutions like the NHS. It means welcoming refugees and celebrating the way they have made our country a better place.
Okay, when you say the refugee made it a better place, I want you to walk around outside and see. If it was only English people and nothing else, how would you feel? I mean, why do you travel to other countries? Why, like how much these migrants that you talk about, or refugees, how much of a difference did they make to the country? The lack of nurses, there are so many jobs out there that filled by other professions that came from abroad and did an amazing job. They put so much to this country. Like, why is it that they look at the negative side of it and say how many people this country is going to have? How much of a difference did the refugee community have made? You know,
and not just refugees, migrants who came
from
here
everywhere.
Just to
look at the streets of London now. What makes London special? What makes London expensive? What makes London the place to live in? You know, all these different communities, different restaurants, different events, cultures, music. Is so rich of culture and diversity, and it's what makes London unique, you know, and what made it even more expensive. And being more expensive means more money, more, better economic states.
Money for who?
I mean, the money comes to the country, no? Like, where does the money go?
It does, but the rich and the poor, I think the gap between the rich and the poor now is wider than it has been for
But that's because
decades.
That's because of
That's not because of foreign people
It's
coming
not about foreign people, it's about the system here, how much it changed. 20 years ago, every student was encouraged, especially poor families or families on a low income. All the kids were encouraged to go to college, and they were paid money to go to college. University was not even half what's paid now, like a quarter of what's the asking price right now. Everything was more affordable, therefore you get more people achieving degrees, more jobs filled. Do you know that some schools now have been required to shut down, even though there's nothing to do with the health services, nothing to do with any viruses? They've been asked to shut down because they don't have enough staff.
Yeah, no, that is a problem, staffing in schools.
So I think it's not a problem to have more people coming from abroad. And if England doesn't want to bring people from abroad, doesn't want to welcome refugees, they need to get their hands out of every war out there, because they are the cause of making people homeless and refugees. And looking at the war that is happening now, toward the genocide, you have made people out of their houses, poor. These people had homes, these people had lives, they had colleges, they had universities to go to. Now they have nothing at all. And so many orphans are on the streets out there because of England funding this genocide, or the sending the arms and agreeing on it and not stopping it from the beginning. So if you don't want refugees in your land, then you need to get your hands off other lands. You don't become part of starting a war. You don't go there and take their resources, or stay clean.
A lot of the homeless people in this country are actually soldiers that came back from war and were neglected.
Like, how do you feel about seeing a soldier outside begging for money?
Sad.
And this is someone that went and fought for the country. That's what
if
they
these
thought
people
they did.
have taken a vow to serve their country, they could serve their country in many ways, and you could use that energy. The army doesn't have to just go around invading people.
Well, the army could have went when it's needed now and saved people's life, right? Like you see in other countries, when there is a problem, they will send planes to take people back. They will send medical staff. They will send. But if there is not even enough medical staff here, let alone sending some out to help other countries, you know. So I think you could welcome refugees. You could educate them. You could benefit from it. You could make it out of a benefit for the country, and make jobs available and make life easier for everyone. But sending people that have suffered, and sometimes the cause could be from this country to start with, sending them somewhere where there's no resources and no help and no education, this is inhuman, and I don't agree with it.